These two cranes are building a one-of-a-kind mid-rise condo with just under 200 units. Due to the construction environment in Toronto, a building like this may never be built again. We're here to see if you should buy this place and live in the future, or stick it out with an old condo and all that comes with. We're just north of the city today in an established neighborhood called Leaside. This neighborhood is located at Bayview and Eglinton, and what's great about this location is we're right across the street from a future subway station. This subway will interconnect the east side of Toronto all the way to the west side, actually all the way to the airport. But more on the location later. First, let's talk about why I'm here and why I think this project is something really special. Toronto is known for high-rise construction and tall towers, some as tall as 70 or 80 stories. This building is noticeably different. First off, it's 9 stories tall, and secondly, it has over 300 feet of frontage on Bayview, which kind of makes it look like a high-rise building on its side. While most downtown buildings have more than 500 units in them, this building has less than 200, with the vast majority of them 2 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms. The building features a sleek profile clad in brick. There's actually 2 tones of brick, which you may not be able to tell, but this side is slightly darker, this side is slightly lighter, and they're connected by this nest portion in the middle. It almost looks like 2 separate buildings that are joined in the middle, and then we have the pass-through, which is a pretty unique feature, pushes people all the way to the Zen garden, and then on the ground floor here we have retail on both sides, and then the car entrance for the parking garage is right over here. It tucks in to the side, and over here the camera will read your license plate and open up the garage for you. The western portion of this building features something we don't see too much in Toronto anymore, and that's large outdoor terraces. Now, some buildings are built without even balconies, so having a terrace is quite special, and these terraces specifically feature gas barbecues, water hose bibs, and interlocking pavers. Plus, the western exposure here faces into Leaside and its high-end homes. It is a protected view. It's one of the few times I would recommend buying the view, because you know for sure these homes are not going to be coming down. And you can also see downtown Toronto and the city skyline here in the west. Some of the terraces are open to above, meaning there's nobody above you like these guys over here, because they're part of the step of the building. And then the lower portion terraces are covered up, so depending on what you prefer, there's both options. There's also planters that are built into some of the terraces, which the builder will maintain and irrigate. And then on top of the building, there's this green roof going right along the building. Now in the back of the building, there's a manicured Zen garden, which is this region right over here. And then right here is a pass-through. You can get all the way to Bayview and access the concierge through this pass-through. We also have 5 townhomes over here on this side, the 2-story townhomes, and 5 townhomes on this side, which back onto the Zen garden. Have you noticed the crown portion of the building right here on top? This by far has got to be my favorite feature of this building, and this is the Penthouse Collection. Now, these penthouse units feature floor-to-ceiling windows, and windows that allow light to penetrate all the way through from the east to the west. Some units even have 3 exposures, like this one at the end, which has south-facing windows, east-facing windows, and west-facing windows. So this unit is just bathed in light. You're gonna have to invest in some serious window coverings to manage all this light, but it creates a very, very unique space. And these units are also 2 stories, so there's a component on the 8th floor down here. It's a smaller component, mostly a guest room with a washroom, but it also does contain a private elevator that is enclosed in glass and takes you up from the 8th floor to the 9th floor. So we're going to get into a bit more detail on these penthouses, because these are really a one-of-a-kind product type in Toronto. Of course, they feature huge terraces as well to go with them. The penthouses feature 10-foot smooth finish ceilings on both the 9th and the 8th floor. The kitchen is really quite stunning. It features 2-tone Italian kitchens by Scavolini. The countertop is a 2-tone. You could have it in a few different colors. This is a black and white color orientation. There's also Gaggenau appliances, a stovetop, an oven, a speed oven, as well as a dishwasher and a wine fridge. Let's walk through one of these penthouse plans, because the plans can be a little bit disorienting at times. So this is a penthouse 05. It has an interior square footage of 1,805 square feet, plus a 505 square foot terrace, right? Now this unit features a north, east, and west exposure, which will give it so much light on all those angles. Now to enter the condominium, we enter from the 8th floor actually, and we enter right over here. This is the entry door. As soon as you come in, you have a coat closet right over here, okay? And then you have the elevator right over here. This is a private elevator only for the purchaser and their guests. And this elevator takes you up to the 9th floor. The doors open right over here and you're exposed to this large open space. You have your staircase to go down as a secondary option. You have your dining room over here, your living room over here, and your kitchen over here with that special Scavallini Italian custom kitchen. And then you have windows on either sides right over here, floor to ceiling glass windows. And then you have your huge terrace right over here. This is a 505 square foot terrace. Okay, and in terms of bedrooms, we have 2 bedrooms up on the 9th floor. We have the master right in the corner, the northwest corner over here, with a large walk-in closet right over here. Then you have the master ensuite with 2 vanities and a stand-up shower right over here. You have the laundry room right over here with a stacked washer and dryer, and then lots of space over here for some built-ins. And then on the other side of the suite, you have the secondary bedroom, which is a great kind of separation so the noise doesn't really travel from one bedroom to the other. And this one has the west-facing exposure into Leaside, right? And Bayview, just for point of reference, Bayview is right over here on the east, okay? And then moving to the secondary floor, the 8th floor, which is really more of a guest space or caregiver space. We have a bedroom over here on the 8th floor with 2 windows, a nice big closet, and then a bathroom right over here. This would be a stand-up shower as well, so this is a 3-piece bath. And then you have all these windows as well on the 8th floor. These are all windows kind of built into the zigzag type of pattern that is the design of the exterior of this building. So just for complete clarity, let's show the 8th floor and the 9th floor as a separation. So this over here is the 8th floor. So you actually kind of have half of the 8th floor. There would be a hallway out here and another condominium on the other side of the 8th floor. And then on the 9th floor, which is this right over here, you have the entire 9th floor from east to west. And then you also have the north over on this side. So that's what makes it quite unique and quite special, and it is still pre-construction stage, so there are some customizations that are possible if there was something that you wanted to make just for you in this suite. Now this is the type of building I would love to live in if I was looking for a downtown Toronto condo, but unfortunately there are very few of these buildings being built and even fewer to be built in the future. The main reason is that the amount of time it takes to build a 200 unit building is very similar to the amount of time it takes to build a 500 or 600 unit building. So developers are preferring to build the larger towers just because the economies make a lot more sense. Now, a building like this took around 5 years to get through the approval process before any sales even happened. Then it took another 2 to 3 years to pre-sell and another 4 years to build. So in total, that's a 10-year cycle from purchasing land to giving keys to owners. In that time, you want to be as efficient as possible, and I understand the developer's position, but these types of buildings, in my opinion, are the most important buildings to see in a city like Toronto, as opposed to tall towers with apartment-style buildings. Condos in this building range in size from 700 square feet to as large as 2,500 square feet, and the typical buyer profile is a neighborhood resident that's looking to downsize but still maintain a footprint in the neighborhood. We also see buyers that are looking for a great pied-à-terre in the city with access to all the amenities the city has to offer. But there's very few investors that purchased in this building because there's not a lot of small spaces. Most of the spaces are 2 bedrooms and greater, so you won't see a lot of tenants in the long run, and the majority of people living here will be end users. I wanted to give you an example of what a standard kitchen looks like here because the standard finishes package is quite elevated. Behind me you see the standard kitchen. 13-foot long, quite longer than you typically would get in a downtown condo. A lot of the appliances are integrated, like the dishwasher integrated right over here, and the fridge and the freezer integrated right back here. Now the fridge is a full-size fridge as opposed to a lot of the reduced size fridges we see nowadays. And then you have this very functional island with some storage space on the left and seating for 4 people on the right. Countertops, we have quartz countertops on both the island and the counter. We also have a matching backsplash, which is really nice with some LED underlighting. And then over here you have a pantry space. All the inside of the cabinets have linen finish to them, which adds a little bit of texture and just a really nice look and feel. And now this kitchen is finished in the gray color palette, but there are 2 other finish palettes to choose from. And that's a wrap on our tour of this pre-construction condo at Bayview and Eglinton in Leaside. Now there are some great condos still available from the developer, and I've negotiated a special promotion for any viewers of this video. I'd be happy to share the details of that with you. Set up a call with me. There's a link in the description below with all my contact details. Now moving forward, we're putting out a video once a week of all the things related to Toronto real estate, including condo tours, pre-construction showroom tours, neighborhood guides, and real estate talk. So be sure to like and subscribe so you can be the first to be notified when the videos are released. That's it for today. We'll see you guys on the next one.